I'd like you to ask yourself this simple question, ladies and gentlemen. While you have been under the guidance, the tutelage, the care of your MD, while you have been paying through the nose every month medical insurance premium every month, checks, hundreds of dollars every month of medical insurance premiums in order to give you access to conventionally trained MDs. How is your health? How have you done? What is going on? What is the status quo of your situation? Well, I'll tell you something. More than one-third, 34.9%, or 78.6 million adults in the U.S., 78.6 million, over a third of the population, adult population, are obese. The estimated annual medical cost of obesity in the U.S. was $147 billion in 2008, and it's rising. And once again, if somebody's spending money, somebody's making money, you never hear the statistics. Well, the medical profession made $147 billion this year off of the backs of the people who are obese. We have no idea what causes it, no idea how to cure it, no idea how to treat it, but we made $147 billion last year managing it. Aren't we great? You never hear that statistic. This is a train wreck. But that's just adults. Prevalence of childhood obesity in the United States, 2011 to 2012. By the way, these statistics coming to you from the Center for Disease Control. The Center for Disease Control. 17% of kids and adolescents aged 2 to 19 years are obese. 17%, 12.7 million. The prevalence of obesity among children aged 2 to 5 years decreased significantly from 13.9% in 2003 to 8.4%. Oh, that's a giant dump. In 2011 to 2012, 8.4% of 2 to 5-year-olds had obesity, compared with 17% of 6 to 7-year-old. The kids are fat. Obesity amongst children has tripled in the last 30 years. And apparently, we're all okay with this. We're all okay with our kids being overweight, our kids being obese, and the population being overweight, the population being obese. For goodness sakes, they're even making television shows about it now. It's the new normal, right? Mike and Molly, right? About two obese people trying to make it through life, trying to struggle through life. Yeah. They're lionizing obesity now. Why? Because the MDs are clueless as to the operative cause of it, and they have no idea what to do to fix it. Their therapeutic strategy for obesity, are you ready for this? Cut the stomach out. Yeah, it's a good idea. Okay, you don't want to cut the stomach out. Here's a better idea. Let's wrap a band around the stomach. Let's wrap a belt around the stomach and tighten it up. It's a good idea. For goodness sakes. Lap band surgery, gastric bypass surgery. This is the MD's treatment strategy. You're fat, you're obese, you're overweight because you have a stomach. This from the people that we hold up as the pillars of medical thought in the world. This from the people who we lionize. This from the people at whose altar we genuflect every month. When we are sick, oh my God, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Oh, let's go to the MD. It's the only show in town. The only medicine practice in your hospital. The only medicine practiced in your state. The only medicine that your insurance gives you access to, MD-directed medical treatments. So when you're sick, you're scared, you got to do something. What are you going to do? You're going to go to the only show in town? You're going to go to the MDs? Oh, son of a gun, let's go to the MDs. Well, how's that working for you? Not very well. Inquiring minds want to know. It is not working well at all. And yet, because they exist in the monopoly, because they have existed in the monopoly for the last 100 years, because the MDs have been in charge of the whole show. We have actually been socialized to believe that if they don't know how to fix it, nobody does. So therefore, obesity must be a complicated issue. It must be. It must be a complicated physiological. Oh, I know what it is. It's genetic. This is the cultural meme that we have all become beholden to. This is the thought process that we have grown up inside of. This is the paradigm that we are locked inside of. The ridiculous notion that the medical doctor is the king of medicine and everybody else is a back of the bus quack with substandard training. This is what we believe, and we believe it so deeply that even when the MDs fail us, even when they harm us, even when they kill us, even when they bankrupt us, we continue to genuflect at that altar. You have to be kidding me. 12.7 million kids, not just overweight, obese. Over 30% of the adult population obese. Costs you and me $147 billion, $1 billion a year. It's what the MDs profit a year. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been swindled. We have been boondoggled. We have been pick a descriptor, pick an adverb. We have been taken to the river, dunked in it, and thrown downstream over the falls, left to die. Meanwhile, it's pretty good for the MDs, pretty good for those guys. They're making a bunch of money every year off the backs of your suffering. This Thursday evening, if you're finally at the end of your rope, if you're just done, if you've popped out of the matrix, if you had some revelation, if an angel of the Lord appeared to you in a dream and said, listen to Dr. Glidden, this Thursday night, I believe that's tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Time, worldwide webinar on obesity. I'm going to line up for you why obesity happens, and I'm going to tell you once and for all the cure for obesity that not even Oprah knows. And I'm going to tell you why Oprah doesn't know it. I'm going to tell you why Oprah needs to know it. I'm going to tell you why Oprah is never, ever going to belly on up to this bar. Never. It is much simpler than you think it is. Obesity is not genetic. It's not caused by a voodoo curse. And it has nothing to do with electromagnetic radiation or vaccinations. If you want finally to understand the operative cause of obesity and more importantly, be educated in action steps that you can take right now, immediately, on your own behalf, to get on the other side of obesity in a healthy way. Do you think that your body knows how to have a proper weight? Do you think that's possible? Do you think that your body might know how to have proper weight? Do you think that that's possible? Your body grew itself all by itself from a single-celled organism into you. Your body grew itself all by itself from a single-celled organism into you. Do you think if it was able to do that, it knows how to maintain a healthy body weight? Do you think it has that capability? Well, your medical doctor argues no. Your medical doctor argues you are just a bag of bones, a bag of chemicals waiting to break. And when you do break, it's not the doctor's job to cure it, it's the doctor's job to manage it. This is the situation that we are inside of. It is insanity. Your medical doctor does not know what's best for you. They only know what they've been trained in, and what they've been trained in is one tiny piece of the pie of medical science, and it is inconsistent with the reality of the human experience. This is why everybody's obese. This is why everybody's sick. It's not because you have a bad gene. It's because you have a bad doctor. But because your doctor exists in a monopoly, nobody holds their feet to the fire. It's a self-regulating, self-policing monopoly. Nobody calls them to task. 30% from 34.9% of the population? You've got to be kidding me. Orange is the new black, right? Everybody's incarcerated. Oh, isn't that great? It's a prison state. It's a prison planet, according to Alex Jones, and I'm agreeing. It's bad, ladies and gentlemen. And the irony of ironies here is that obesity and being overweight is a relatively easy thing to get on the other side of. There is a small percentage of the population that it's difficult to get on the other side of obesity because of complicated psychological issues. But for most people, obesity is easy to fix. It's easy to fix. You don't have to cut your stomach out. You don't have to wrap a band around it. You don't have to take amphetamines until you're seeing double. You just have to give your body the nutrients it needs to fix itself, for goodness sakes. And I'm going to talk about that tomorrow night. Become a Dr. Glidden advocate. Go to drglidden.com. drglidden.com. Become a Dr. Glidden advocate and find out how you can, in simple steps, recover your health by giving your body the raw materials that it needs to optimize its structure and function. How you can support and promote your body's ability to be healthy. Imagine that. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, go to drglidden.com, become an advocate to gain access to this exclusive worldwide event. More to come. Stick around.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
Water is the single most important thing your body needs, so you want to be sure it's the best for you and your family. Since 2005, thousands have depended on Berkey purified water. The Berkey Guy provides the lowest priced filtration systems in every size for incredibly delicious water now and in an emergency. Get to GoBerkey.com or call 877-886-3653. 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Hello?
Congratulations.
For what?
For losing all that weight. How'd you do it so fast?
ASAP.
ASAP what? What's that mean?
Are you ready to get as skinny as possible, as soon as possible, as simple as possible, and as sexy as possible?
I'm listening.
Then get with the ASAP program. It's real and it works. No smooth talk, no slick advertising, and no exaggerated claims of success.
I've got to know more.
Welcome to ASAP, as slim as possible. Whether you have 10, 20, or 50 pounds to lose, ASAP is your weight loss answer. ASAP targets the abnormal fat reserves and makes them available to be burned as fuel and contains no caffeine or hormones. Order ASAP at wholesale prices or join the team to share the business with others. Go to gcnteam.com or call 855-GCN-MALL. That's 855-426-6255. gcnteam.com or 855-426-6255. Lose weight and look great with ASAP, as slim as possible.
Serious investors and traders want to make 81% return in 60 seconds? Use the same secret algorithm professional hedge fund managers use to make billions of dollars of profits. Turn $250 into $4,903 in just 7 clicks of a mouse. Our tool is so simple that my 82-year-old grandmother can use it to make insane stock market profits. Go to BigBuckRiches.com. Watch the free video before the hedge funds make us take it down. Go to BigBuckRiches.com. From the Robert Allen System, current returns not indicative of future results.
back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard, Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for health. Let's finish up with Carmela. If Carmela had come to see me or one of my colleagues, her nutrient deficiencies would have been taken care of in the very first visit. Within 4 weeks, her hypertension would have cleared up, and within 6 months, her left knee joint would have rebuilt itself. She never would have developed kidney stones, osteoporosis, degenerative disc disease, and her face certainly would not have fallen off. She would have avoided all of that pain and suffering, and the last 2 decades of her life would have been relatively healthy ones. But because her insurance won't cover the services of a naturopathic physician and the nutritional supplements that she would need to fix it all would have cost her upwards of $200 a month, she decided to go to her MD instead because, besides, the MD sat her down in his expensive office and told her that vitamins were ineffective, dangerous, unproven, and that naturopaths were quacks. He also told her that the whole darn thing was her fault in the first place because she was the one with the bad gene. Carmela's doctor violated her trust either out of ignorance or out of malice. Neither is acceptable. His treatments ruined the quality of her life and made a bad situation worse and worser and worsest. And let's not forget the incredible amount of money that this lifetime of misdirected MD medical care cost. The problem with healthcare in the USA is that it is not healthcare. It is MD-directed, allopathic, reductionistic, pharmaceutical-centrist disease management. When sick and scared, average people do not get to choose between a homeopath, a naturopath, an acupuncturist, or an MD. They get to choose between MD-A, MD-B, MD-C, and this is really no choice at all. This from my book, The MD Emperor Has No Clothes. The MD Emperor Has No Clothes. Lots more in there. This needs to be on every bedside table in the United States. You can get an ebook copy. You can get a soft-bound copy at my website. And shortly, we're going to have the audiobook version of this available for your edification and your reading pleasure. Education is the key here, ladies and gentlemen. Education is the key. We have been existing inside of a medical monopoly for the last 100 years all around the world. There are only a handful of people that know how to pronounce naturopathy, let alone know what it can do. There are only a handful of people that have any experience whatsoever with holistic medicine. That's holistic with a W. Acupuncture, traditional Chinese medicine, homeopathy, Ayurvedic treatment, etc., etc. These are the treatments that people need to avail themselves of if they are suffering with a chronic disease. The foundation of which, the first thing that people need to do, if they're up against any illness whatsoever, is to stop eating food that's gumming up the works and to nutrify their bodies every day, to give their bodies every day the 90 essential nutrients that their bodies need in order to function the way that nature and God intended. These nutrients are not present in the food. They're not. Some are, but all of them are not. So it's only a matter of time until the body runs out of something and then something breaks, and then you go to an MD who doesn't know anything about the relationship between nutrients and disease, and they throw a drug at the situation which doesn't cure it, it manages it. So the first thing to do to get into the game of healing, the real game of healing, the first thing to do to attempt to cure the condition is to stop eating food that's gumming up the works. You can get that list for free on my website, glidden.healthcare. You can get that list for free, glidden.healthcare. And also take the 90 essential nutrients that your body needs into your body every day in doses appropriate for your body weight. You can get information about how to do that on my website as well. We work with a number of longevity representatives whom I am glad to forward to people, recommend to people as they are attempting to recover their health with science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. Slight change in our schedule tonight. The webinar that was previously scheduled for tonight on cholesterol has been moved. We're doing it 1 week from tonight. I am sorry, I'm a little under the weather today, and I just can't manage it. The webinar that we are doing on cholesterol will not be tonight. It will be 1 week from tonight. No webinars scheduled for tonight. Sorry for the last-minute change, but that's life in the fast lane. Ladies and gentlemen, go to my website, glidden.healthcare. Get in touch with the radio station that you are listening to this radio program from and see how you can avail yourself of the wisdom of science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. Let's go to Mary in Oregon. She called yesterday, and then we'll get to Beth. Hello, Mary. Thanks for calling back. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. I want to know if you believe that the colon therapist can, like she said, pull the mucus lining out of my small intestines through a cleanse and 3 colonics.
Yeah, probably what she was referring to is the peculiar physiological formation of something called a mucus rope. That's probably what she was referring to. I hope that that's what she was referring to, because you don't want to be pulling the mucus lining off of anything, right? That's just, the mucus lining is there for a reason. But because of consistent consumption of all the wrong food, because of crap in the air, crap in the food, and crap in the water, there is this weird thing that can form inside the digestive tract called a mucus rope. And I've seen people pass them, held them in my hands with rubber gloves on. It's a very real thing. There was a guy in the 60s who wrote a book, Bernard Jensen, called Death Begins in the Colon, I think was the name of it, or Complete Bowel Detoxification or something. But Bernard Jensen, just do a Google search for him. He wrote a remarkable book, complete with pictures of all kinds of crap, pun intended, that people had eliminated from their body after they had done colonics and colon cleansing programs. And the lion's share of the stuff that comes out is this weird mucus rope thing. So that's what she was referring to. Now, you know, sometimes you've got that stuff in your body, sometimes you don't. There's way too many variables to predict here, but I can tell you that in my life, I have had 3 remarkable healings so far, and 2 were with bowel cleansing detoxification programs, both of which involved colonics. I'm a big fan of colonic hydrotherapy. I'm actually due for one. We're going to start another round of colon hydrotherapy here in a couple of weeks. It's the first time I've done it in over 10 years. I am way past due, so I'm excited for it. I think you should get it. I think everybody in the world should have at least 3 colonics once a year. There's nothing but good news there, but I think you're a little confused, or she was a little confused, or didn't communicate properly really what she was talking about. Does that make sense?
Yes. My other question was, is there a longevity cleanse you would recommend instead of the one she wants me to use?
No. There used to be, but they don't sell it anymore. So regretfully, the answer is no, not yet. And, you know, colon hydrotherapists, they do this for a living, right? And so they have a clue about what they can do. And so I would have no harm, and I would have no hesitancy whatsoever in getting on board with her program. I'd like you to call us back after you do it, Mary, and tell us what happened and what your experience was.
I will. I have to wait, of course, till the vacation periods, but I will.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. That's the bummer about doing a cleanse. You just can't do it during normal life because you know it's not normal life.
But it's definitely needed on my part, and yes, I think she just described it wrong.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. So, you know, what are you going to do? We live and we learn and we move forward, right? But yeah, so when you do it, give us a shout back with an update on it, and I'll look forward to that, and I'll give you my experience as well. Thanks so much, Mary. I appreciate everything that you do. All right. Let's go back to Florida and talk to Beth. Hey, Beth. Thanks for your patience. Yes. You are live.
Okay. Really don't know where to start, but my husband called you about 2 weeks ago, and mentioned me at the end, and then it fell apart. And so we are, or I should say I am taking the AEFA, the glucose gel, and let's see, Beyond Osteo, but don't know if should take that or the powdered, because our son talked to us about that. But the problem is, I was drinking coffee. I don't like coffee, but I'd heard that it helped you lose weight, so I was drinking a lot of coffee, and the interstitial cystitis came back. Now, about 15 years ago, I had it extremely, never came on slow. It hit me like a rock, and I know there's material says it doesn't, but it doesn't, or it could. We were on the Upper Amazon for 30 years, and it felt like a knife turning around in my bladder. And I was screaming within any of my 4 bursts. And the mission doctor came over, and I had some pyridium, and so we took that. And when we were in the States, we got it under control. And the doctor there, when I came back, he said I thought I had cancer, but I have, because of I was on Elmeron for about a year, and then somebody like you suggested glyconutrients, and I went on the Manitech, and I was on that for about 2 years, and on and off, and I've had no return until I started this thing about trying to drink extra coffee to help me lose more weight, and it's come back again.
Well, in some, so if I threw gasoline onto a fire, the fire would get worse, right? So right. there are chemicals in coffee which are inflammatory, and in some people they're really inflammatory, and in other people's not so much. So the basic rule of thumb here, right, common sense, if you start something new in your lifestyle, whether it's a new prescription medicine, whether it's a new herbal tea, whether it's a new vitamin or whatever, and shortly after you start that, you get a side effect, a new symptom shows up that's strong and persistent, and 5 will get you 10. It's related to what you started. So are you blood type O, by the way?
No, I'm A negative. They always wanted my blood all the time. But anyway, that's I spotted it after reading it and stopped it. But and I still having some pain, and so I was able to get the Elmeron again, and that controlled it. It's only been like a week, and I'm trying to wean off of that and use more of the glyconutrients. But what I'm getting to is that the tanny tangerine of yours really is kicking up. I've been trying to take just a little bit, where you had told my husband I should take considerable amount of it. And I have 2 replaced hips, and a lot of other things that have happened. After listening to you, I've learned that I'm extremely deficient in calcium, because I have calcium cramps in my legs to the place that I would scream, and I finally found some liquid magnesium my daughter told me about. But by taking what we've started, I'm not having trouble with that, but I can't take the quantity of this tangerine.
Why? Because what happens when you do?
Because it causes more bladder pain again.
Okay. So which came first, the coffee or the tangy tangerine?
Well, I'll go back. Our son started this with us several months ago. I had no trouble with the tangerine.
Okay, and then you increased the coffee, and then the bladder pain showed up, right?
Right, but I stopped the coffee as soon as I found out about it.
Yeah, okay. So here's how that works, right? If you step off of the curve incorrectly and you sprain your ankle, right, the stress to the ankle, it took like 3 seconds for that to happen, but your ankle is going to be swollen and painful probably for 3-4 weeks. It's going to take 3-4 weeks for your body to recover from that. So
that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah, so when you flared the bladder up with the coffee, I mean, who knew, right? It's going to take a while for that to calm down, and it's kind of like if you had a paper cut on your finger and you poured lemon juice on it, it would sting like a son of a gun. But if you didn't have a paper cut on your finger and poured lemon juice on it, nothing would happen, right? So the tangy tangerine is causing a trouble in the bladder now because the bladder is a little irritated. Once the bladder calms down and it's no longer irritated, you should be able to take incrementally higher doses of the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. How much do you weigh right now?
Okay, that's what I figured, but my son wanted me to call you.
Yeah.
I weigh 165.
All right. So in a perfect world, you'd do 4 scoops of the Tangy Tangerine a day. A 1 scoop. My recommendation to you, if you can handle it, is 1 scoop in 12 ounces of water 4 times a day.
Okay, I can't handle it because I'm trying it. I'm taking about a half a scoop 4 times in a glass of water 4 times a day. And so all
right, that's good. That's good. You can do that now until the end of January, and then up the ante a little bit and see if you can't take a little bit more. How about the calcium? How much calcium are you getting down every day?
Okay, what you just said is what I'd already planned. We're taking, I think, an ounce, 2.5 ounces for my weight, I think is what it is a day.
2.5 ounces. Are you taking any of that before bed?
No.
Okay, so do 2 ounces during the day of the calcium and do 2 ounces at night before bed. And see how you do. And when you do it at night before bed or during the day, try mixing it with a little bit of orange juice or pineapple juice or any type of citrus juice. Orange, pineapple, banana is one of my favorites because that helps the body to absorb the calcium better. It's not mandatory, but you can give it a run and see if it helps. But I would, in addition to what you're doing, so I would back off during the day to 2 ounces a day, and I would also add another 2 ounces of the liquid calcium immediately before bed. Try that for 7 days and see if it helps you. I'm pretty sure that it's going to.
Okay, well, I do know what you said about putting it with the acid, but I'll try and see if hopefully it won't kick up and cause more pain. And I'm also extremely forgetful. And, we all worry a little bit about the...
Are you taking a cholesterol-lowering statin drug?
No, I don't have cholesterol. Well, I shouldn't say that. They checked mine, and then they said all 3 of them brought it down fine. But lately, they say, no, you need to take it because one of them's high, the other one's too extremely low. I said, no, I'm not taking any of that. But I do know it runs in the family, and... but no, I'm not taking. We have been on and off for trying to find alternative drugs for many, many years.
Well, okay, so here's the deal with that, Beth, and I'm going to counsel you to watch. I'm producing a webinar that we're gonna have live a week from tonight. 1 week from tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, I'm going to do a live webinar on cholesterol, the myths of cholesterol. As far as I'm concerned, you do not have high cholesterol. Nobody has high cholesterol. It's a big myth. You don't need to worry about it. For memory, what I would do as an experiment for 4 weeks, eat 3 eggs a day, 2 to 3 eggs a day for 4 weeks. Continue with the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. See if your memory doesn't improve. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to Basil in New York and see what's cracking. Hello, Basil. Thanks for waiting. You are live.
Thank you for taking my call, Dr. Glidden. Really appreciate it.
Always happy to talk to you, Basil. What's going on, man?
All right. I'm going to cut it real short. I'm legally blind.
Yeah.
My left eye has scar tissue from surgery.
Yeah.
You understand that. The right eye had some scar tissue. I did an additional surgery, and the doctor damaged my cornea.
Yeah.
Now, I'm wondering, if you were in my position, would you do another cornea surgery?
Well, I'd have to take a look at the situation and see. But before I did any surgical procedure whatsoever, if it was not life-threatening, I would make sure that my body was completely nutrified for at least 3 months before I went under the knife. And also, when you're shopping around for surgeons, it's kind of like shopping around for cars. You want to ask the surgeon if he can give you the list of 10 of his patients that he did the surgery on that he wants to do on you, and you want to call him up and see what happened to him and how they felt. It should be required by law that these people have a track record that you can search, in the public domain, that he did 500 surgeries and 250 of them were failed, right? I mean, they should keep statistics on these guys the same way they keep statistics on baseball players, but they don't. So you want to shop around and just ask questions, and if the doctor is hesitant to let you talk to his patients that he's done the surgery on, then that would be, I would question him and I would move on to somebody else, right? So why did you have the surgical procedure in the first place? Was it glaucoma?
Diabetic retinopathy.
Okay, diabetic retinopathy. So have you taken any of the nutritional supplements so far?
Believe me, I'm taking everything that you suggest. The only thing I'm not taking is glucogel.
Okay. Not sure that that's really mandatory here. Do you have any type of arthritic thing?
No arthritic.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, here's what I'd like you to do, Basil, if you can. Can you call the show back on Monday?
Of course. I listen to you every day. I can call.
All right, because I'd like to take a long time and get a little bit more of your history here. And I'll spend the first 14 minutes of the program with you on Monday. So make sure you call into the show first thing on Monday. You can walk me through what you've already done, walk me through what they've done to you, what the MDs have done to you, and I'll be able to give you a heads up here. There is a homeopathic eye drop solution called Cineraria maritima. You spell that C like Charlie, I like India, N like Nancy, N like Nancy, E like Echo, R like Roger, E like Echo, R like Roger, IA, Cineraria maritima, just like it sounds, maritima. You can find that online, eye drops, and I would do the Cineraria eye drops. I would do 5 drops in the eye that's problematic now, the cornea. 5 drops 3 times a day for 30 days. 5 drops 3 times a day for 30 days. I would make sure you're taking at least 12 selenium a day. 12 selenium a day.
I'm presently taking about 21 a day.
How much do you weigh?
Approximately 250.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Look, man, I'm really sorry that we're out of time here. I understand.
I'll call you on Monday. Thank you so much, Dr. Glidden.
I look forward to it, Basil. I appreciate you very much. Happy New Year, brother. I appreciate the support. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your steadfast advocate for health, even when I'm a little under the weather. The cholesterol webinar that was originally scheduled for tonight has been moved to 1 week from tonight, so spread the word in Johannesburg. Thanks for tuning in and turning on. Until next time, live long and prosper.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise at gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I impartially shopped the highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $26 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 1-800-403-4885. That's 1-800-403-4885. 1-800-403-4885. Or go to SelectQuote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details in the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Are you worried about your mom or dad living alone in their house? Hi, I'm Joan London. Listen, I know how difficult it is to find senior care for someone you love. That's why I recommend a free service called A Place for Mom. They are the nation's largest senior living referral service. Call A Place for Mom today.
To receive free information on senior living communities in your area, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-704-6182.
A Place for Mom offers free one-on-one advice from local advisors and a personalized list of senior living communities you can visit. If you have questions about senior care for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers, A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom in the next 10 minutes to get your free ebook on financing senior care as well as free information on senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-704-6182. That's 1-800-704-6182.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit goberkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buy, sell, BuySellMakeOffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
You haven't experienced yogurt until you've tried a Mossy, embodying health and flavor in a true whole milk, green-fed dairy beverage. Every sip pays homage to our old world cows and the ancient culturing methods their milk benefits from. With over 30 probiotics, a Mossy's undeniably nutritious, refined, cultured sensation bolsters your health and awakens your passion for dairy. A Mossy's so good, and you need to try it. Contact your Youngevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com.
Attention citizens. This man has received national attention for accurately predicting every major financial trend, including the market crash of 2008. His name is Harry Dent. And in his newly released book, he is making even bigger and bolder predictions that have the potential to devastate the world economy and your personal wealth. You can get a free copy of Harry Dent's bestseller, The Demographic Cliff, containing never-before-published information by simply visiting www.harrydentresearch.com. Again, that's www.harrydentresearch.com.
This is Holly Thomas, Group Vice President of Cause Marketing for Macy's. Our company is working together with the March of Dimes through March for Babies to raise money and awareness about the serious problem of premature birth in the U.S. That's why Macy's is committed to raising funds through our employees, customers, family, and friends to improve the health of moms and babies everywhere. Won't you please join us in March for Babies? Start a team today at marchforbabies.org.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's BuySellMakeOffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And BuySellMakeOffer.com will never charge item fees ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
BuySellMakeOffer.com.
BuySellMakeOffer.com. You got it?
BuySellMakeOffer.com.
BuySellMakeOffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
My dad was 59 when he collapsed from a heart attack late last year. Just this past August was when we spread his ashes on the St. Croix River. I loved my dad, but boy was he stubborn. He hadn't been to the doctor in over 25 years. His excuse? He simply couldn't afford it. He wasn't a rich man by any means. At less than $107 per month, LibertyOnCall.org would have been the perfect alternative for my father. Don't wait. Go to LibertyOnCall.org right now, for not just your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones. Again, that's LibertyOnCall.org.
You're fired. According to the Small Business Administration, 75% of small businesses plan to eliminate jobs or reduce workers' hours to part-time. You're fired. According to Gallup, the unemployment rate recently jumped to nearly 9%, and the underemployment rate hit a staggering 17.9%. You're fired. 1 out of 3 young adults and 1 out of 2 recent college graduates are underemployed. Hello, I'm Keith Abel, a pharmacist and a home business entrepreneur. In 2011, I became one of those statistics myself. Instead of looking for another job in corporate America, I joined Dr. Joel Wallet, the Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy. We're creating steady incomes for ourselves and would like to show you how to do the same. If you want to supplement your current income, replace your income, so you don't have to become one of the statistics, then give me a call toll-free at 866-257-3105, 866-257-3105. You're fired. Don't wait till you hear those words. Start creating an extra income today. 866-257-3105.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.